In life, the problems we ignore never truly disappear. They only grow in the shadows. What begins as a small discomfort, a minor frustration, or an unspoken truth can, if left unattended, evolve into something massive and destructive. We often convince ourselves that ignoring an issue is the same as solving it, but reality does not work that way. Problems demand acknowledgement. When you refuse to recognize them, they do not vanish, they expand. This principle applies in all areas of life: relationships, careers, personal growth, and even our inner struggles. Small disagreements in a marriage, for example, can be brushed aside in the name of keeping the peace. But peace that is built on avoidance is fragile. Resentments accumulate, unspoken frustrations pile up, and what could have been handled with honest communication becomes an overwhelming crisis. The moment of reckoning always comes, and by then, the problem is no longer small. In our personal lives, the same pattern emerges. When we ignore our own flaws, weaknesses, or fears, they do not dissolve. Instead, they manifest in other ways: self-doubt, anxiety, stagnation. The person who refuses to acknowledge their lack of discipline, for instance, will eventually face the consequences of missed opportunities and unrealized potential. The one who suppresses their emotions will, in time, experience emotional turmoil that feels completely out of control. The path forward requires courage. The courage to face what is uncomfortable before it grows into something unmanageable. It means being honest with yourself and those around you. It means addressing conflict when it is still small, rather than allowing it to fester. It requires you to take responsibility for the things you would rather avoid, knowing that avoidance is a temporary illusion, not a solution. The practical lesson is this: acknowledge the little dragon before they become monsters. If something in your life feels off, pay attention to it. If you sense a growing distance in a relationship, have the difficult conversation now rather than waiting for the inevitable explosion. If your habits are leading you down a destructive path, change them while you still have control. If you fear failure, confront that fear instead of letting it dictate your choices. Life is full of uncertainties, but one thing is sure: the things we ignore will not remain small. Problems are best handled early, when they are manageable, rather than waiting until they have the power to upend our lives. True strength is not found in pretending problems do not exist. It is found in the willingness to confront them, to take action, and to build a foundation of honesty and responsibility. Face the hidden dragons. It is the only way to prevent them from taking over your life in a destructive manner.